What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. We are here for Cartel Crew. We are at the wedding, honey. It is season 3, episode 7. So, it's late on that night, and Kat is still in her room, and she's not feeling well. They get her to come out the room, but she's still real standoffish. She says she's got a headache. She really don't want to be there. She ends up not really staying long. They're supposed to be eating dinner, and she sort of just kind of makes excuses and goes back to her room. And while after she leaves, Eddie tried to talk to her. Marie tried to talk to her, but she just was like, "Nah, I'm gonna just go back to my room." So after she left, Eddie was like, "Yo, what's going on with your girl? Like, what's up?" And listen, in the moment, I didn't understand what they were saying. I felt like they weren't really giving the real of why Kat was upset. But then later on, I realized that part of it is the obvious. It was really hard for her to be in that room, be in that space with Eddie, with everything, with their past, the fact that they're not together, he's with another woman. It's a lot, right? But then Kat said something later on, which I thought was a really, really good summation. She said, it's really hard to feel like all everybody remembers is the bad. Like, I always hear what I did wrong. I always hear why the relationship didn't work. I never hear what I did right, or that I was a good woman, or that I held you down, or that I raised your son while you weren't there and couldn't do it. And so that's what they're trying to tell Eddie. Like, listen, she's dealing with a lot of emotions, but that's part of it. And so, have you ever told her, "Thank you for raising our child. Thank you for being a good mom. Thank you for being there"? And he was like, "Should I have to tell her?" And they were like, "Yeah, you do. Like, you kind of have to let her know that you see her, you appreciate everything that she did. Like, yeah, you kind of do." And then we found out that the next day is Mother's Day. So that adds to it the fact that it's Mother's Day weekend. And, because they're there and filming and all of that, she wasn't going to have like a traditional Mother's Day with her child. So I feel like Eddie took it all in. I feel like Eddie heard what they said. They weren't beating up on him. I feel like it was a conversation. And so the next day is Mother's Day, and he actually plans like a whole surprise. He brings their son, and he's so cute. He's dressed in his little tuxedo, and he drives up in one of them little mini, Mercedes trucks, the little, like the little kids trucks and stuff. And he is just as cute as a button, and he's got flowers, and he's got gifts for mommy, and all that good stuff. I mean, it was just a good time. It was just a really, really good time. I thought it was a really, really sweet surprise for her for Mother's Day. And they had a chance to have a good conversation. And he told her, like, "I appreciate all that you did. Like, I appreciate you as a mom. Like, us not working out. Like, sorry, sorry I was a jerk. Sorry I wasn't ready for the type of woman that you were." And she even said, like, "I wish the Eddie now is the Eddie that I knew then. Because maybe we wouldn't have gone through all the shit that we went through." She didn't say we would still be together. She didn't say it would work out. She just said maybe we wouldn't have gone through as much shit as we went through. And for that, I can appreciate that. Now, let's get back to Miss Betty and Michael. Betty and Michael have a deep conversation. One thing I can appreciate about Michael, listen, I love this show, and I love Michael. I love Marie. What I can appreciate about Michael is that Michael has no problem expressing his feelings and letting people know exactly how he feels. He don't have no problem crying. He don't have no problem letting people in on all of his emotions. And so him and Betty have a moment, because of course Betty is trying her best to be in the moment. But she said, that thing that happened earlier today was really hard for me. It's the 1-year anniversary of my sister being killed. I miss her so much. I don't know what to do with all of these emotions. It's getting harder and harder the closer it gets to the 1-year anniversary. And Michael talks to her about his experience as well. He said, listen, he said every year between September 4th and I think he said the 15th, I live every year thinking I'm going to die, because that was the time period when my mother and my 2 brothers were killed. And so I always feel like if I can just get through those 2 weeks, I'm good until next year. And so he was like, "I understand. I get it. I feel that. And he talks about, being scared of of being murdered and being in that place and not knowing, what the future holds for him and Betty, and there's someone who's lost a sibling. Like, I definitely, I think I said this before, and I guess I'll say it again. I understand it. And those anniversaries are not easy, especially the first one, birthday anniversary, when things happen that you just remember, like, oh, this time of year and that time of year. So I get it, and I can appreciate that Betty is trying to push through for her friend, and be happy for them. I could definitely appreciate that. But I feel like both of them had the moment that they needed to just let it all out, and they were crying, and it was that good cry too. It was like that snotting cry. It was like Michael whole face turned red cry. Like, it was a good cry, right? And so I can appreciate that they were able to get all of that out. And Michael, he said, I was never happy until I met that crazy lady in there that I'm getting ready to marry. Like, I did not know happiness. I was not a happy person. Because of my life, because of what I went through in my childhood, I was not a happy person. And she is my everything. And she brought me a level of happiness that I don't think people understand. And I was like, I know that's right, Michael. You better claim your woman, and you better give her flowers. You better give her flowers. I'm so here for all of that. It was a moment, and I was here for it, and I was definitely appreciative of it. So, it is the day of the rehearsal dinner, and they are all sitting out, getting ready. They're sitting outside. They've got the nice dinner set up, and they're sitting there, and Diana walks up. And of course, they're like, is that Diana? Is that Diana? Oh my God, that's Diana. Is that Diana? So Diana apologizes. She explains why she wasn't there. She apologizes for not being there. And she's like, I hope you understand, and I love you, and I wanted to be here for you. Michael is like, I want y'all to work that out. Like, because at the end of the day, this is family, and I want y'all to work it out. Marie and Diana, they hug it out, and they sort of, seems like they make amends. So Stephanie is mumbling to Kat, oh, really? That's it? That's all? Oh, we just gonna kiss and make up now? Oh, that's it? We just gonna kiss and make up? Oh, that's what we gonna do? And so Diana was like, Stephanie, what's your problem? Like, at the end of the day, this don't have nothing to do with you. This is between me and Marie. We talked, we worked it out, we hugged it out. We're sisters, we love each other. Let's move on with dinner. And Maria's like, well, because I'm loyal, and you're not loyal, and you hurt Marie, and Marie wanted you here, and you hurt Marie, and you did that for some dude you just started dating. Like, you kicked, you and Marie and Michael, y'all friendship, you kicked it to the curb for some dude you just started dating, just because you didn't want to be in the house with Magic. Now, Diana ain't never addressed the Magic situation. I feel like that's the elephant in the room. But again, I think that's respectful. If you're in a relationship and some dude you used to sleep with is going to be in this house, and y'all going to be under the same roof, and your man can't come, I do feel like what Diana did was respectful. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I understand how Marie felt about the decision. Don't get me wrong. And if I were Marie and I were the bride, I probably would feel some kind of way about it. But here's my problem. Stephanie, if Marie is forgiving her, let that shit go. It's the rehearsal dinner. Let it go. So Marie says, listen, I want y'all to go ahead and say whatever y'all need to say to each other, because I want this to be done. I want this to be resolved so we can move on with the evening. I don't want to mess this evening up. So, of course, it turned into an argument. Diana threw a drink at Stephanie. Of course, that ended up escalating. They had to separate them. They argued. They went back and forth, back and forth. Now, here's where my issue comes into play. And the sad thing is, out of everybody there, the person I agree with the most is Eddie. Everybody was telling Stephanie, well, you're not wrong, you're not wrong, you're not wrong, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, you're not wrong, you're not wrong, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Here's what Eddie said. He said, Stephanie, I understand how you feel. It's the way in which you chose to express yourself is the problem. You're not wrong with how you feel, but how you said it is the problem. And I 100% agree with Eddie. You can feel however you feel, but my thing is, Maria's the bride. It's her wedding. If she is choosing to forgive Diana in that moment because she just wants all of her friends there, and Diana showed up for the rehearsal dinner, she's there for the rehearsal dinner. Damn, that is part of her duty as a bridesmaid. So she missed some of the other stuff, but she was there for the rehearsal dinner, meaning that she's trying to find a happy medium. She tried to figure out a way to make it work for both parties so that everybody can walk away happy. And you are the one that decides that you going to be judge and jury talking about something. Well, I have Marie's back. I'm here for Marie. I'm here for Marie. Marie didn't ask you to have her back. Marie was there to speak for herself, and Marie spoke for herself. And what Marie said was, thank you for coming. I love you. Sit down and eat. That's the end of it. That's all. And if you still had a problem with it, that's fine. But save that for later. This isn't the time or the place for it. So now, even though everybody told Stephanie she was right, and I feel like they were telling Stephanie she was right because Diana was the one that actually threw the drink at her. Okay, that was wrong. But I feel like if Stephanie had kept that shit to herself from the beginning, it would have been done with, because it wasn't Stephanie's place to have a problem with Marie's decision. Marie has every right to forgive Diana, and there's no rule that says when and how she gonna forgive Diana. She can forgive Diana whenever the fuck she feel like forgiving her. If it takes 5 minutes, if it takes 15 minutes, if it takes 15 years, it's her business. I could see if Marie wasn't there to speak for herself. Marie was standing right there. Anyway, that's what it was. You know, like I said, but everybody else is telling Stephanie she ain't wrong. Now, Betty is the only one, and Eddie are the only ones that kind of went over to Diana to sort of kind of give her comfort. Diana ended up telling Marie, listen, I love you. I didn't want this for you. I'm going to leave. You know, it is what it is. So the next day is the big day. It is the wedding day. Everybody is there. Kat done got hungover because the night before, Kat decided she was going to take shots of Hennessy, and Kat ass don't even drink. So she got a whole hangover, like walking around with sunglasses on hangover, honey. The ladies are over doing their thing, getting ready. And we see Michael in this very touching moment with his mom. He's got a framed picture of his mom, and he's talking to her and saying, listen, I found a woman just like you, and born on the same day. I think I knew that, but I think I might have forgot that Marie's birthday was the same day as his mom's birthday. And he was like, you sent me an angel, and you know, you would love her. She's a fireball just like you. You know, I promised you, like, I wish you could be here, but I promised you that I wish you could see this, like what we doing, and it's all legit, you know. And again, Michael's crying, and it's a moment. Again, I can appreciate the fact that Michael is open with it, and he's free about that. So then on the ladies' side, Marie gets a bouquet of roses, and it's from Diana, and it's Diana, you know, saying, listen, I love you. I wish I could be there for you, but I think it's best that I just not come. I'm sorry, you know, that things went the way they went last night. For my part in it, I apologize. P.S. Tell Stephanie she's a fake ass bitch, and it's on site when I see her. Okay. I love Diana. Diana was like, P.S. though. Now, Marie, she said there was a part of her that in the back of her mind was hoping, like when she saw that bouquet of flowers, she thought it was her family. And it was a part of her that really thought it was her family that was sending her the flowers. She said, I didn't expect them to come to the wedding, but it would have been nice if that had been them sending me the flowers. So she goes and she calls them, and she leaves them this long message, very touching message about, you know, everything that she went through because of her choices of who she loved. She said, you know, I'm marrying the man I love, the father of my child, you know, and it's okay. I finally get it. I finally get it that y'all just don't want to be, y'all don't want no parts of this. You don't want to be my family. You don't love me anymore. You have excommunicated me, but that is okay, because today I become a Blanca, and today I am marrying the man of my dreams, and I will be with my new family, and that's it. And again, it was a moment, it was a very touching moment there We see Michael come out. Michael looks really nice. We see their daughter is the flower girl. And, of course, Michael starts crying as soon as he sees his daughter come down the aisle as the flower girl. I appreciate that they have her face blurred, that they don't want her on screen. I can appreciate that. Even though Marie got that big-ass tattoo on her arm. But anyway. And then, of course, as soon as Michael sees Marie, he just starts crying. I mean, again, love it. I love it. They exchange their vows. It's sweet. And listen, Marie looks beautiful. I loved her hair. I loved whoever did her makeup. I loved the dress. Marie looked beautiful. Her bridesmaids looked beautiful. It was beautiful. It really was. And then we see them rolling off, honey, into their, on their way to their honeymoon. So it was a beautiful ceremony. It was a beautiful evening. A beautiful wedding. And I'm happy for them. Like, legit. I don't even know them like that, but legit happy for them. So anyway, that's what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.